Welcome, everyone, to episode 20 of the Die Laugh Love podcast. It is Mother's Day. And as I was just saying a few moments ago, complicated, heavy, tricky, heavy day for a lot of folks for all sorts of reasons. Moms come in all shapes and flavors, all types of moms, the most wonderful, loving mothers in the world to the most neglectful mothers in the world. Just like anything else that exists, it always exists on a spectrum. Really great ones, some pretty awful ones. So I want to honor that today, and being episode 20, I love that, we kicked it off on 5/11 at 11 a.m. So a little bit of that magic there with 11/11 kicking into gear. And I want to explain to you first how this goes for folks who have not joined in before. This is an online spirit gallery. As a medium, I don't have any control over who comes through or why they come through. I just channel who comes forth through me. And what I do is I translate essentially the sensations, impressions, words, feelings, all of those good things from spirit that have particular messages. To give you a little insight into what that process looks like for me and what you can expect, I want to share with you a little bit of a story. So, a couple days ago, for those of you that are familiar with our local area, I went down to Loon, New Hampshire, or Lincoln, New Hampshire, where there's the Loon ski area, and there's a big resort down there. And I had a group reading. Somebody had summoned me for a group reading. A whole bunch of people come up about once a year and do the like spa day, massage day, and they had me come and join them for Friday night. Now, I have been over the past few months really loving pottery, like doing pottery at our local studio school. And the Sunday, May 25th, here at Deep Earth Arts in New Hampshire, in Littleton, New Hampshire, we're going to have our Goblin Market, where I am releasing my new book. That's the first day that I'm going to be selling my book here at the Goblin Market. And I'm also going to be selling my pottery for the first time. So I have these I'm doing bubble pottery. This is like bubble pottery. I'm in love with it. And this is actually a process that is helping keeping me sane. You get to do the things that we're really having fun with, and it keeps me sane. So those types of things where we zone out, where we're driving or doing dishes or knitting, crocheting, or doing pottery, when we zone out and let the monkey mind quiet, that's when spirit will become more present. And I've done this for so long that I understand that I have an angelic figure helping me coordinate all of the spirits that come through. So Friday, I was in the studio getting some pieces of pottery ready for the Goblin Market, and I got hit with this message. One of the people that was going to be at that group reading, I was supposed to bring a piece of pottery for. Now, I have about maybe 8 or 9 pieces here in my studio that are glazed and ready to go. I've got a whole bunch down at the studio school that are in process, different steps of that process. I had one that was bright yellow red. I had bubbled it with a yellow, I had bubbled it with a red. It was bright, flaming orange. And I had to bring that. And I had to give that away for somebody who is doing the work of angels. That was literally the message that I heard. Doing the work of angels. I knew that she would be working with small children, like doing the work of angels, helping small kids. And I had to bring that one specifically. Now, I'll be very, forthright with you. There's the part of me that's like, I want all my pottery to sell at the Goblin Market. There was that part of me that was like, can you believe this? I want to sell it at the Goblin Market. What are you making me do? And I got a very stern, you better bring it or you're going to regret not bringing it. And I was like, okay, I'm going to bring it. So I go to this group reading, and there's 8 women there, and they'd all been, drinking the wine and, settling in and having fun. And I'm a big proponent of what I call vitamin joy. So I kind of show them, right off the bat, my good luck charm that I wear during all group readings, which, I'm wearing even today. So my good luck charm for my group readings are my Golden Girl socks. Okay. So I showed them my Golden Girl socks. And one woman bolted off the couch, like shrieked, bolted off the couch, ran into her room, threw on her Golden Girls pajamas, and came out and was so excited. Come to find out, she's a scientist. And she was the biggest skeptic of the group. Scientist, skeptic, and I love skepticism. It's a sign of critical thinking. It really is. I don't really appreciate cynicism, but I do love skepticism. And, I give my brief introduction and I say, okay, well, I was making pottery today, and I have in this bag right here a piece of pottery for somebody here who is doing the work of angels, helping children. When I heard helping children, I thought it was public education. So I asked, anybody here in public education? And I got a nope. One woman like works in the admissions office of colleges, but that wasn't like the helping small kids. And I'm like, okay, well, I have a piece of pottery here for somebody who's doing the work of angels that's helping kids. And the woman who raced to get her Golden Girls PJs on raises her hands and she's like, um, could it be pediatric cancer research? And I'm like, yeah. And she was a scientist helping children, pediatric cancer research. She was doing the work of angels for kids. And I pulled a piece of pottery out of the bag, and everybody's like, shut up. Well, apparently, this one woman, her favorite color is yellow. So I had to bring the one yellow piece of pottery and give it to this woman who's doing the work of angels. I bring that up because I do have a guiding spirit that helps me do this, that helps me coordinate this. And the toughest part of this process that I do is knowing that many people want to hear from their loved ones. Many people want to have connections, and I want to give everybody everything I can. And I know that there are just some people that I won't make connections for a lot of reasons. Now, during that night, I read 7 people. One person did not get a reading, and I could not control that. I couldn't force it. I couldn't control it. I spent 3 hours with them. And the one woman who didn't get a reading was like, you know what? I'm really good. I know that my mom's around, and I'm just wondering, you know, why she wouldn't come through and give me a hey. She's like, I feel her, I see her, like I see her in cardinals. But when I have this opportunity with somebody like you and you're doing this for everybody else, I got to wonder why she doesn't come through and say, hey. And she had to only ask me that question. And I was hit with the sensation of macaroni and cheese. Macaroni and cheese. I got hit with it. And I'm like, okay, what does macaroni and cheese mean? Did your mom make a macaroni and cheese recipe? What's going on with that? And she goes, no, my daughter, that's all she'll eat. She doesn't eat anything else other than macaroni and cheese. And I'm like, oh, well, that means your mother is with your daughter right now. She's not here with us. She's not talking through me. She's with her loved one, her granddaughter. Now, I bring that up because, yes, our spirits are with us, but here's something that I have found out about the loving mothers in spirit, the ones that really approached motherhood from, that place of love and authenticity. We're all imperfect humans. That's absolutely true. But what I have found is that a lot of our moms, grandmothers, the mother type figures, they will move to the people in their family who need them the most. They're not static. They don't just stay in one place. They bounce back and forth. They go from here to this person, to that person, to this person, to that person. And that fascinates me because the best way I can describe it, the analogy that I use to describe it is like our spirits are like antivirus programs on a computer. Like we have, a computer that has no threats. The antivirus program is on there, not doing anything, but it's there. And then all of a sudden, a threat comes in and it gets activated. So I always like to talk about how my grandmother helps me avoid traffic tickets because if there's a cop down the road, I'll get a cop in my head. So she'll pop a cop into my head, wants to help me avoid, a speeding ticket of any type. And even while we're driving, the threats in our world, in our life, are a little bit greater than when we're sitting on the couch at home, not doing anything. So in those moments where you're stressed, you're ill, you're unsure of what life is going to bring you at any moment, know that they're there with you. The other part of that equation is if you want them to rest in peace, man, oh man, you should live in peace. You know what I mean? Avoid the assholes. Don't put yourself through trouble. Try to keep your life as peaceful as possible in your heart, in your mind, in your body. So, mom, grandma, all those loving spirits out there don't have to babysit you all the time. They have lives. They're doing things. They're doing things. A lot of what they do is helping us. So I hope that helps people understand a little bit of the process that I have and the mothers, what they do. Now, for anybody here that's a mom, when you pass away, and the analogy I always use is the one-way mirror that we would see in a cop show. When you pass away, boy, oh boy, is your nose going to be right up against the mirror trying to help and guide your kids, your grandkids. If any of them are ill or stressed, they will go and you will be with that person. So just know that even when we pass away, we're not separate, we're just different. And we still have the ability to interact and care and guide and be the voice in the wind and be a deep sense of intuition. How this works with the spirit galleries, I'm going to start to channel a spirit. And with this, if you have your video off, you might have to bring your video up. You might have to wave your hand. uh, just like wave your hand and unmute yourself, or I'll prompt you to unmute you here. I'll bring you up on spotlight, and then we're going to go and we're going to have this conversation. Once I get connected to you, then we're going to have this conversation, and hopefully I believe everybody should benefit from the insight and the wisdom that comes forth. Okay, so this morning I started to feel, just I went to the local greenhouse, bought my mom a couple hanging baskets. I'm driving around, got a little breakfast, dropped the hanging baskets off, wish my mom happy Mother's Day. And I'm driving and I'm just kind of going, who's going to show up today? What do we want to talk about? It's Mother's Day, guys. Help me out with the moms. So here is the first one that I have. And I can't guarantee it's all going to be moms, might be stepmoms, grandmas, all that stuff. But here is the first one that I have. So the woman's house feels kind of nicer. She would have kept a really nice house. Now, hear me, follow me in these words, okay? Because I feel like off of her kitchen was a set of French doors. It maybe the French doors went outside. I get that impression because I feel the air moving in and out. She would have might have kept the French doors open in nice weather. I feel like the kitchen table would have been near that. I also get the impression, I don't know why she would show me this, and I'm not sure what this is. Uh Little like they almost look like small quiches. Maybe it's a quiche, I don't know, small egg thing like a frittata, something like that. And she would have been very happy to provide guidance and wisdom. I feel like she would have lived an older life. She would have been very smart. She would have been very loving. She would have had a warmth to her. But I feel like her kitchen, really nice white French doors, and people people would miss her guidance. So I want to ask anybody here, does a kitchen like that ring true for anybody? French doors, nice house, egg frittatas, things like that. Alicia, hi. Hello, hello, hello. I'm going to ask you to unmute yourself. There we are.
Good morning. Coincidentally, I was speaking with a support group that I'm in about my Aunt Nancy because we were talking about popovers and quiche. So on Friday nights we used to make all of our leftover veggies into quiche. My Aunt Nancy, when I lived with her in St. Johnsbury when I went to school at the academy, and it's just so strange because I literally have not uttered her name or referenced her physically, and I feel like I've literally just like casted that into existence because I just like was like, oh yeah, my aunt Nancy used to have a wonderful quiche recipe. We would put all of our leftover veggies um into the quiche so we wouldn't waste anything, and we would do that on Friday nights. So wild. And yeah, she had a beautiful home. I don't know if Isaac remembers, but yeah.
So what were they, French doors?
I'm actually trying to. I think there were French doors that went into the living room, but the outside of the house they had just painted white the year before she passed. Yeah, so like it would have been all fresh and beautiful, and she always had an eye for beautiful things and fabrics and tchotchkes from travels and as you know she was a teacher at Waterford, an art teacher at Waterford for the little guys, and she had a lot of
Okay.
yeah.
All right, so I know who I've got here with me now. Okay, so this is a friend, Alicia. Alicia is a friend of my husband's. I don't know Alicia terribly well. I think I met her a couple times. She lives in Los Angeles, so she used to be here in Vermont and has gone to Los Angeles. Okay, so this woman has been talking about a brother. Remind me if you have a brother.
I have a brother named Edwin. Yeah. Yep.
Okay, so I believe unless anybody else can connect to this, this is going to be for you, Alicia.
Okay. Wow.
Okay. So don't tell me any more about her. You gave me this. She was an art teacher. Don't tell me any more about her. Okay. I'm going to bring you up on Spotlight and we're going to do this thing. Okay. We're going to
Okay.
do this thing.
All right.
Spotlight you. We're going to spotlight me and we're going to share in this. Okay.
Great.
So here we go. You, me, side by side. All right. So Alicia, one of the things that I was getting from her, and I want you to know that. So you called her an aunt. I love that, but she must have been a mother figure to you. She
Yeah,
must have been a mother figure to you.
definitely one of the first in my life. Yeah, yeah. And one of
Okay.
the few.
So really warm, really intelligent, like really warm, really intelligent. I get a sense of warmth. Okay. And it's fascinating because like the person that I was supposed to connect with here, I want to sit you down at my kitchen table and I want to talk to you. I want to support you. And it's funny that you would have said support group, one of the first things, because um here I want to flip this on its head here. When you just started talking about her, in your, like you said last Friday, you started talking about her, okay,
Last,
just randomly.
yeah, last night, literally last night in my meeting. Yeah.
Okay. So here is something that I want you to know. The way that I was describing how they're always with us and they communicate to us, I'm not sure you just randomly started talking about her, because the relationship that we have with spirit is they speak to us through our emotional, intuitive faculties. And then it takes a half second for our rational brain to kick in and translate what we're sensing. So I think what was happening is that she's with you in a time of stress or turmoil. You are picking up on her and you just think you're randomly thinking about her. So that's also another lesson here for everybody, that when you randomly think of somebody for no reason out of nowhere, there's a distinct possibility that they are with you. Okay, that they are with you. Now, okay. Yeah. Okay. So the first thing that they're going to want to do, Alicia, and remember how I said support, and you keep using that word support. They're going to want to support you. Um, this is funny because I'm starting to like, I'm getting the messages, and she's just saying, speak plainly, no bullshit. Say it as I'm saying it. Speak plainly. Okay, so she wants me to speak plainly. We are in a group of strangers, but I know that everybody here is going to have a sense of love and understanding and grace and compassion. I'm pretty sure everybody here, whether they had children or not, are going to have that mother vibe. Okay, I don't know what's going on in your life. I haven't seen you on social media in what feels like years. You have totally been gone. Okay, what I want you to know is this: there's absolutely no reason for you to feel shame. There's no reason for you to feel shame. There's nothing that you have done and nothing that you've experienced and nothing that you've caused to happen that should be a source of shame for you whatsoever. Now, what she says is that she says that you're pristine. It's funny. She almost wants to put pearls over you. Like she's like covering you in mother of pearl. Like she's covering you in mother of pearl. I see you like with like a suit of armor that's a mother of pearl suit of armor. That's fascinating. And she says that you're pristine. She says that you're making mistakes the way you're processing your life, not how you're living your life, but the way you've processed your life. You're making mistakes. You're not seeing it clearly. She sees it from that 1,000-foot view. She wants to release you from any sense of guilt or shame. And she says it's kind of ridiculous. You need to be kind of washed clean from it. Like a good swim in the ocean would do you well. A good swim in the ocean would do you well. Now, who here on the Vermont side of things, on the East Coast side of things, would have a picture of her still up? It feels like a small picture, a picture of her still up.
I mean, I'm trying
I'm
to think.
smelling cats. Do you know anybody over here that has cats?
I mean, aren't Jean would have had pictures of him? Aren't Jean's passed? I mean, Gail and David. Yeah.
Okay. Do you know if they have cats?
Yes, many.
Okay. Yes. So I'm like smelling cats. Somebody would have
Yeah,
cats. And I feel like it's a small picture that's up on a shelf. This is important too, because I know that, and here's again more guidance, and this is something that they want us to know. We want them to be present in our life. We want the support. We want our intuitive faculties and our guidance systems to be working so we can have the best life. I mean, most of us want that. We should keep our conversations going with them. We should keep the connection going. We should keep them going. And like just even having a picture on a shelf and saying, hey, hello, connecting with the eyes, looking at our loved ones. Um, she just wants you to keep that connection open because this is somebody, Alicia, that you love very much, correct?
very
Yes.
much.
Okay. This is something that I need you to hear. Okay. She's watching somebody who is pristine. Those are her words, not mine. You are pristine. You're feeling a sense of shame. She's watching somebody who is pristine. You're a mother as well. Yes. Okay. So
Yeah,
you're a pristine mother feeling shame needlessly. She's watching her loved ones suffer because she suffers from lack of clarity. So anybody that's walking through your path, anybody that's doing, living your life, what have you, gone through, here's a favorite word of mine, fuckaroo. Anybody who's gone through the fuckaroos that you have gone through would you wouldn't want them to feel shame whatsoever. Okay. So giving yourself peace of mind is going to show your aunt, this mother figure of yours, that she's going to have peace. Okay. That your peace is going to be her peace. Okay. And that's important for you to remember. And it's not from a sense of guilt. It's just a sense that, I want my husband, Isaac, to be at peace. So I focus on my peace. It's just the responsibility of love. We take care of ourselves, we're kind to ourselves, we diminish our suffering, we diminish the suffering of those we love. Now, has it been a while since you talked to your brother?
very much so. Yeah, like maybe since January. Yeah, yeah. And
Okay.
we're usually weekly, so it's been a minute.
Okay. So here is something that you need to hear. There is no reality that exists in which you are a pariah. You are pristine. You are not a pariah, and you need to hear that. So I don't know what's going on with you guys. I don't know what's going on with your family, but we only have so many days on this planet. So make sure that we're talking and living and loving the people that we have, because that is the greatest gift that we're here for. Now, what's interesting too is there's a sense of her, and there's a sense of her liking being in spirit because she can see people and like check in on people and have that overview, if you will. What is she talking to me about? Like, did she watch game shows? Did she like games? Like, did she gamble at all? Like, why is she liking like
She
playing
used to
cards? I don't know what this is.
She used to, well, I mean, after dinner, we would watch like TCM, Turner Classic Movies with like Jerry at night. And like she just to do her little artsy projects while we did that, while he watched his shows. And it was kind of like their every night boring, beautiful thing. I don't know. But she just enjoyed that he enjoyed watching these movies so much, these classic movies. But I don't remember anything about games. I mean, she was a fun
No,
person.
no, no. So I'm getting a little clarity here. Hold on, I'm getting a little clarity around this. Does anybody like does anybody race cars or race four wheelers? Does anybody do that?
Race cars or four wheelers? I mean, we used to do like dirt bikes on the mountain and stuff like that, but I don't think Nancy was too much involved with that, so I'm not really sure.
No, 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 no. I'm getting the impression she's watching somebody have fun with that here.
Oh,
Like
oh,
she's watching somebody have fun with that here.
um,
Somebody that she cares for is like playing games and having fun.
I mean, I need to talk to my cousin, her eldest son, I think, because he's got a whole gang of kids, and I bet one of them is about the age where they'd be doing something like that. Yeah,
Yeah, and it's funny because what I keep seeing is in Waterford, in Concord, like Concord, between Concord and Waterford, Vermont, there's a field that used to be an old racetrack. In the field, like you go around it, and the field is up and down and up and down,
Yep.
and you can see it. And like she keeps showing me that, and it feels like somebody is like, raising hell, having fun. Now, that's what we want to see in our loved ones while we're here, having fun, enjoying life. When we watch others suffer, well, that impacts our well-being. So, um, I'm glad that you're sitting with people that are helping you on your journey, no matter what that journey looks like. And I think here's something that I want to give you too, because this is important. She keeps talking about swimming in the ocean, swimming in the ocean. Okay. I don't know if there's got to be some sort of like ocean in Los Angeles that you can swim in. But something that I want to talk to you about, because I think it's a deeper message than the ocean. A lot of people who are this is spiritual maintenance and spiritual well-being and cleansing, for folks who are holding on to a lot of secondary trauma, a lot of what would be called spiritual miasma, gunk. If you're in a position where you're dealing with a lot of your own stuff, or you're dealing with other people's stuff and it's kind of impacting your well-being and it's heavy, think emotional gunk from others that are on you. One of the best things that we can do is take a salt bath, not a magnesium salt, not an Epsom salt bath, but a sea salt bath, where we can wash our skin down with salt water. That's why we feel so good around the ocean, because we're walking through salt mist. And I would encourage anybody here that feels like their heart is breaking, or they're holding on to a lot of burdens for people in their family or in their career, to take a salt bath, like a sea salt bath. Now, I don't have a bath in my house. I'm too big for it anyways. So I take a big pot of hot water into the shower with me. I kind of say a prayer over it. I bless it. It's a big pot of hot salt water. And I'll just take a washcloth and make sure I wash down all of my skin. And I feel so much better for it. So, Alicia, I'm going to ask you to do your Aunt Nancy a favor. Okay. And I'm going to ask you to uh, give yourself a salt bath today. Okay.
Absolutely. I hear loud.
And please keep that conversation going with her. Okay. Because um, I think one of the reasons, remember how I said, like, antivirus program, things going on. She's going to go to the ones that she loves. You're not in a support group because you're having a good time. You know what I mean? So
Thank
you're in a place of difficulty and turmoil. So just know that they're with you in that time. Okay. So keep that conversation up. And if you have a picture of her, I would print it out, put it in a frame, and keep it up on like a shrine. Okay. So
you.
you can connect to her visually every day.
Amazing. Yeah. I actually just started setting up my shrine, so that's wild timing. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. All my love to you. Thank you for being here. I got another set of spirits here. So much love to you. Thank you for being here. I'm good. So good to see you.
I love you, John. Thank you very much.
Bye. Okay. So the next one that I have here is, it feels like a group of three. Okay. It feels like a group of three. So um I don't know if you guys know the word body, not like our physical body, but BAWDY, BAWDY. Okay. And I've got three women here. Okay. I think that they were all mothers. Maybe one of them wasn't. Maybe one was like an aunt that didn't have children, but I feel like maybe grandmother, mother, aunt. And what I'm getting, it's so funny. They're talking about, I think they all would have done this. I get the sense that they're sitting around a table, and body, like, they might have been heavier set, because I get the sense that they would have been like well endowed, or maybe fluffy, like heavier women. But I'm seeing like three vices coming through, like coffee, cigarettes, and alcohol. Coffee, cigarettes, and alcohol. Like, I got three people sitting together in the world of spirit, drinking coffee, drinking liquor, smoking cigarettes, all together, real good time. um oh, they're having a real good time. Now, here is something about the person that's here in life. This might be you, this might be a sister of yours, but one of you here, or somebody, one of their people here on earth, has some spunk. They are fiery. They are fiery, like fiery. And you might be in a you might be having a little bit of a challenge in a relationship with a man because there's something about you standing up for yourself and let him have it. Just let him have it. So I want to talk to anybody here that's got like three women, a group of three. Don't get caught up on a mom, aunt, and sister. Don't get caught up on that because it might be just three sisters. There's three of them. Um, and I get the drinking, smoking, drinking, like drinking coffee, smoking cigarettes, drinking alcohol. But they're cheering for somebody here for like balancing a relationship with a man. Let them have it. Okay. So, hi, Nicole. I'll ask you to unmute yourself here.
It's possible.
Okay.
So,
Tell me what's going on.
well, my grandma, my aunt, and my mom. Um, but I'm dealing with my brother who's in jail, and it could be that man. But I don't know. I kind of feel like this could be me.
Okay. So, would they have been a little on the heavier side?
My grandma was, and I mean, they
Okay.
all were, but they lost weight, gained weight a lot.
She's just showing me like He's just showing me large breasts, like heavy, like you know how like heavier women gets large breasts, like she's just showing me like she would have been well endowed in that way. But
Yeah.
these are very down to earth people, like drinking, smoking, drinking, like
Yeah.
drinking, smoking, drinking.
I
But
mean, I
they would
don't.
all,
My grandma and
what's
my
that?
aunt drink coffee all day long, all the time, and they smoked in the house constantly.
Yep,
Um, and like my mom and my aunt would drink together.
yep, yeah.
But
This
my
is that. It's
aunt's
like
not dead.
okay, so that's another one.
It's just,
Okay, so that's
yeah,
another one,
there
right?
is other
Might be
aunts.
Graham's sister. Do you
Okay.
know what I mean? It
Yep.
might be another sister. But here's the thing. You're having like, would you consider yourself to be spunky, funky, fiery? Like, I'm not here for your shit. Like,
Yeah.
we're not here for your shit. You know, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then there's a man in your life, whether this is your personal relationship or your brother, where you're like, I'm not having it. Okay. Well, they're cheering for you. Okay. And nobody else is able to grab this one, right? Nobody else can grab this. Okay. So we have three women here that are supporting you like your cheerleaders. Now, what is interesting too is there must have been in these women a sense of joy with life. They must have had a way to have joy because one of the things that they're telling me is that you have, as far as I know, this is you, like, uh, like you're clenching your jaw and you're really like uptight and anxious. Do you know what I'm talking about? Okay. So here we go. I'm bringing you up on Spotlight. We're going to share this time. We got to see you closer. So we're going to go side by side here in this old Zoom. All right. So Nicole, um, okay. Tell me something when you would ride with your mom. Okay. Tell me something. Do you know when like there's one spot on a road near me where like if you drive really fast and you go like that, it flips your belly?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you remember doing anything like that with your mom? Did she do that specifically with you?
All the time.
You know, like wow, you know, like in your belly flips and it feels fun and all of
Yeah.
that. Okay.
Yeah.
So again, fun loving. So this is your mom, okay? Like this is like I'm driving with you, we're cruising along. She's showing me brown paper bags, like I'm smelling brown paper bags. So this is like she must have grocery shopped with you. You know what I mean? There's like a grocery shop. Tummy tickler. I love it. Yeah, tummy tickler. Aaron put in the chat that that's what they would call it, a tummy tickler when we bounce over the road like that. Okay. You deserve all the great things in the world, Nicole. Like you deserve all the great things in the world. Like the massages, the manicures, the pedicures, all of it. You need to take care of yourself because um, you know something about these women's lives, and you can't do you can't do Marshmallow Rose. You cannot control the things that happen to you to a great degree. You can only control how you react to it. So like your brother, you can't control him because he's a force of nature. You know what I mean? It's like trying to control him is like trying to make the snow not fall. But you can control how you react to it. And I want to give you some guidance that I really have a hard time passing through. There's a need for you to lighten up. And I hate that advice. I hate that guidance because I don't know all of the burdens that you're carrying. But there is a sense of like, they're kind of shrugging it off. They're kind of shrugging it off. Like, huh, like a perspective shift for you is going to be monumental in you finding peace. Who had the macrame plant hangers? Like, do you know what I'm talking about? The macrame plant hangers?
My grandma.
Grandma. Yeah, 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 yeah. She's asking, do you know what her first 10 years, 12 years of life were like?
My mom's. I mean,
No, your grandma's. So grandma, for some reason, it feels like she would have had all the excuses in the world to be bitter and jaded and judgy and bitchy. She would have had all the reasons, all the tough life, but somehow she found a way to keep a light heart. She somehow like they feel like the goddamn Golden Girls to me. Like let me wave my sock around. They feel like the Golden Girls to me. So, you know, you can't control what happens to you. You can control how you react to it. Now, the other thing, Nicole, that you need to hear is that you've not done anything wrong. If you need to keep boundaries up with your brother, if you need to like say, listen, you're being an asshole and what have you, whatever you have to do, I believe you're walking a path that you'd want anybody else in your position to walk. I believe that you're beating yourself up in ways that you wouldn't want anybody else to beat themselves up. I think you're doing everything that's necessary. And again, here's what I get from them is that you're doing everything you can to hold the family together, like to hold the family together. Whatever family unit is left, you're doing everything you can to hold the family together. Okay. That woman should have everything she needs to know joy, to know happiness, to know all of that. All right. Okay, okay, okay. You must not drink a lot. You
mm,
must not drink a
I,
lot.
I don't, I mean,
Hold on, hold on, hold on. Mama's coming through. What Mama's saying is that whatever she did to herself, you're not doing to her doing to yourself. So like let's say if she smoked, right, and you're not smoking, whatever she did, you're not doing to yourself, and she's happy about that.
my mom died because she was an addict.
Okay. So do you see why she'd be happy that you're not on that path? Because you don't have to, face the repercussions of all that pain, And I guess, well, if you have to be bitter and not be an addict, I'd much rather you be bitter and not be an addict than be happy and be an addict. You know what I mean? Like, I guess we have to have one or the other, okay? But
Yeah.
maybe you can be happy and jovial and joyful and loving and all of that stuff while maintaining a clean and sober life. Okay, super, super important for you to hear the pride, to hear the accolades, to hear the praise of her. Okay. She also says this is interesting. You better do something about like your hip or your sciatica before it gets worse. Do you have something in
Oh
your
my,
hip or sciatica?
yes. So bad lately.
Okay, you know what she just showed me here? She just showed me a foam roller. Do you know what that is?
Yeah.
Like the hard thing that you can sit on or roll on, or
Yep. The
do
physical
you have one?
therapist at work actually just told me to get one because my leg is getting really bad.
Okay. Please take care of your mama's daughter. Okay, like please take care of your mama's daughter. That's one of the most frustrating things for them over there is to like watch you suffer, know that you could just buy like a $20 thing at Walmart and like have a little bit of peace and just roll around on it. um you can only imagine what she wants for you, and I think to a great degree you're giving it to her, by leading that sane life, that like straight and narrow life. Absolutely, you need all the pride in the world for that. But make sure, okay, oh my gosh. So I gotta talk to you about some deep stuff here. Okay. Like there's something that spirit passes through to me that I have to give you I want to give you like a perspective shift, and I think a lot of people here need to hear this. All right. So right now I'm doing these like special. Oh my gosh, I can't believe they're making me say this. Every 4 weeks, 4 to 6 weeks, I do these special tarot readings. I did one in the spring called the Spring Cleaning Tarot Reading. It was over on April 12th. I then go for a walk because I know my spirits want me to be solvent and keep the lights on, and they want me to help people. So I go, what kind of tarot reading, do you want me to offer for the next 6 weeks ish for folks? And I see a fairy tale castle, and I hear fairy tale tarot reading, and I got upset. And here's why. Like, we are all raised with fairy tales, but I take great issue with them, especially the Disney versions. And Nicole, you need to hear me, and there's a reason why you're not taking care of your legs, okay? And I'm going to tell you why. So everybody here should pay attention to fairy tales like Cinderella, any narrative structure that we watch, like movies, TV shows, or books that we read. So Cinderella will teach us, we lose our dad, we lose our mom, we get raised by the evil stepmother and stepsisters, and we struggle and suffer. And then eventually, if we struggle and suffer enough, then our happily ever after will be brought to us by our fairy godmother. We see that almost in every single narrative structure, movie, book, show. The protagonist sets out on their journey, they come up against a villain or a situation, and they struggle and they get around it or through it to their happily ever after. How many of us hold ourselves in a place of suffering, feeling like we need to, like, suffer to get the fairy godmother to show up? But here's a deeper part of that. There's a deeper part of how those fairy tales can mess us up. In all of those fairy tales, were showed, well, if you're good and you're worthy, then you'll have the good things happen to you. But that's not necessarily true, because there's plenty of good things that happen to bad people, plenty of bad things that happen to good people. And when we have the worst things happen to us, when we lose our parents, we lose our spouses, we lose our children, we lose our houses, we lose all sorts of things, then we can point the finger at ourselves and develop some really awful victim mentality. And people, I think most of us at some point in our life would say something to the effect of, I must be paying for something I did in a past life. That's not how reality works, because we literally are taught classes on statistics and chance, that to a great degree in this world, and you need to hear this, Nicole, that there is what I call the roulette wheel factor, that there is sometimes we land on red, sometimes we land on black. That not everything happens for a reason. But one of the reasons why you're not taking care of yourself and why you're hesitant to take care of that sciatica or that hip thing is because I don't believe truly deep down you believe you deserve it. You had a whole lot of awful things happen to you, and it's easy for us, based on the things that we pick up along the way, to go, well, if God loved me, or if I was worthy, then I'd have great parents, or whatever. But if I had bad things happen to me, then maybe I don't deserve it. You need
I
to
feel
you need
like
to
I feel
say
like
it again.
that used to be a little bit more my mentality, like in the past. I feel like recently I've just kind of come out of that and like, no, I do deserve it. But I literally used to say, and I still say, like, I must have been a freaking murderer in my past life or something, because like, why would this,
You see why I had to bring that up to you? Okay, you weren't a murderer in your past life. I just think there's hi Kitty. Hi Kitty. I think there's just a certain degree of bad stuff that happens to good people, because it's just the world we live in. Nobody will ever convince me that a 3-year-old kid passes away from leukemia because it was destined to happen. Like, there is just random chance, random statistics. There's some, it's like the people that have their homes wiped out by floods didn't deserve it. It's just we live in a natural world with natural variables and things that happen. Any of the worst things that ever happened to you, Nicole, I just want to talk. Maybe you're rationally getting it, and maybe I'm speaking to your heart, but I need both your rational mind and your heart to understand that these awful things that have ever happened to you are not your fault, nor did you deserve it, nor are you being punished. You were not a murderer in a past life. So let me just get that out of the way. The other thing, too, is tell me something. How do you honor your mom at Christmas? Bring out her stuff at Christmas?
Mhm. um, I don't really have anything of her stuff for Christmas, but I just like have pictures that I keep
Pictures.
out. Yeah. Or I'll think of her.
Why do I see candy canes? Like,
Oh, she used to put candy canes on the tree, and so I put candy canes on the tree.
Okay. So candy canes on the tree. She's showing me that. You're keeping that little tradition alive. All right. All right. I love that for you. I love that for you. Something here else that you need to know is that your mom's been gone for some time, yeah? The reason why I say that is because she wants me to tell you she's at peace. She's worked through her stuff. She's worked through her stuff. She is watching how the repercussions of her action have caused things like your brother and all of that stuff. But there's something here about making sure that you know that she's at peace, even when you're not. Okay. So you can increase her peace. You can increase her balance, if you will, by working on yours. And she interesting. Hold on. Do you have property at all? Like, do you have a yard or anything? Okay. Here's what I want you to do. When you can, and the lilacs are in blossom, go get a bunch of lilacs and bring them in your home. Okay. Go find some lilac trees, cut some lilacs. She's giving me the smell of lilacs. Like, if I was going to say, if you had a yard, I'd plant a lilac tree for her. Lilacs and roses. She's really giving me the smell of those flowers. Okay. She's also saying that she sees you in dreams. So she has visited you in your dreams before. Have you seen her?
No, I always want to see her. I might have seen her once, but I don't really remember her as much as I remember my dad in my dreams.
Do you dream well?
No.
Okay. I'm not a medical provider, but from what I gather, we should be taking our supplements before we go to bed, not when we wake up in the morning. So if we take vitamins or supplements before we go to bed to increase your dreaming, take a B complex and a magnesium supplement before you go to bed.
Okay.
Magnesium and a B vitamin will help you sleep deeper, get REM sleep, and will help you dream deeper. So I don't think that it's for lack of trying that she hasn't seen you in your dreams, but I think that she's trying to get through to you. Okay. Now, far be it for me to say about your brother. Hold on. I think it's going to be all right. Okay. Like, I know he's in prison and all that, but from her perspective, I think it's going to be all right.
Well, I hope so. He,
Well, you got to maintain hope, you know?
yeah. I just dealt with addicts for so long that my mom never got better. I I feel like I need to have more faith in my brother to get better, but the day she died, he decided to do meth.
Yeah.
And now that's like really all he talks about. And he like tells me all the time that he wants to do meth and he wants to die. So like I don't see it getting better. He doesn't want it to get better.
Sometimes those messages could mean, and we have to kind of take the 1,000-foot view perspective with them as well. you know I know it would break your heart to lose him, but from her perspective, from spirit's perspective, moving in and out of life and death is just as natural as breathing. So if one day he passes away, that could also be considered, it'll be all right, he'll be all right. He's either gonna like, and I kind of roll my eyes at this, but he's either going to figure it out here or he's going to figure it out there. And either way, it's going to be all right for him. So, I guess the point of that you should know is that even if he's suffering now, there's no world that exists where his suffering will be permanent. So you should maintain that hope and, do what you can with what you got where you're at and work on yours. Work on your suffering. Okay. The other thing too here, I think that you are overworked, absolutely. So it's hard for me to pass this through to you. Why would she say you need a side hustle?
Because I do.
Okay. Like you need a side hustle. Like you need something like I'm seeing like selling brownies at the farmer's market or something like that. You know what I mean? Like doing something that gives you a sense of purpose outside of like your 9 to 5 grind, like a side hustle something that
I'd rather
helps
like
you.
maybe sell my feet, something easy or something. I don't want to I don't want to do anything more after my job. But if people will buy my feet pictures, I will totally do some stuff with my feet.
I mean, girl, get it.
Yeah.
Like, get it. Like, mama's gonna make her money somehow.
Yeah. I've been joking about it a lot, actually. I do clean on the side. I clean.
Like, if you got feet and there are people out there willing to give you money for your feet pictures, I say, you know what? Why not?
Me and my mom have really small feet. She had a size 3 in kids. And yeah, my as Aaron sees my feet and tells me my feet are cute all the time. They're little.
I don't know anything about that stuff, but if,
Mm.
if that's what gets people, if if that's what if that's what does it for some people, like, you know, doesn't mama need a Coach bag?
Yeah.
Like, do what you need. Do what you need, Nicole. Do what you need. All right.
Uh,
So side hustle, foot hustle, I don't care what it is. Like, do something with it. All right. Um, with that being said, I want to let you know that your mom loves you deeply, and she is so proud of you. You are a gift to her in this world, no matter what you think about yourself and no matter where you find yourself in life. Before I move on to the next person, she needs me to tell you that. She loves you deeply. She's always there with you. She's very proud of you. You never give up and you never back down from a challenge. And you've got to know how much that means to her. And thank you for not following in the path that she went down. So you got to know that she just has that much appreciation for you. Okay.
hmm
So
Thank you.
interesting what I'm getting in my head now. Did you hear what I said to Alicia about doing a salt shower?
I already told myself that I was going to do that after
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
said that to
She's
her. I was like, I need that.
yeah. No, no, no. Give yourself a salt bath, salt shower. Do something, because if you're dealing with the people who are suffering from addiction and all that stuff, you got miasma and stuff. You got like emotional baggage. You should just cleanse it off. It's like the nuclear version of like saging and smudging and getting rid of the bad vibes and all that. Salt water is the way to go. Okay.
I've Yeah, I've been working really hard on myself since you actually gave me my reading in December uh, with my dad. So there was lots of good messages, and
I love it.
I've been really like focusing on like deserving a good life and being happy. Can't control life.
That's all they
You
could ever
really can't.
want. That's all they could ever want.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you for that. Here's the last thing that I got to say to you. This is really strange, really strange. So tell me where you live, what town, what part of Vermont or New Hampshire?
I grew up in Richmond, Vermont, but I'm in St. Albans, Vermont right now.
Okay. I'm gonna be out there at the end of the month.
I know.
I got some shows. Yeah. That's awesome. All right. So here's something that I need you to do. What I'm seeing is a town locally to me called Jefferson, New Hampshire. And in Jefferson, New Hampshire, there's a place called Santa's Village. It
Mm-hmm.
is a Christmas amusement park. I don't know if you have kids or not, but even if you do or don't, you deserve a trip to Santa's Village. It's an amazing place, like water parks and roller coasters and Santa Claus and all that.
Yeah, my mom used to take me there actually. It's weird.
Just go then, okay? That's like, just go. It's one of those places that is just magical. So, if you're taking care of yourself, that's great. I love that. If you're taking care of yourself, that's wonderful. Make sure that you're giving yourself that joy as well. Because no matter, like, remember how they're saying, don't be bitter. You can't control what happens to you. Try to maintain your perspective, shift your perspective. Okay.
Trying.
It takes the joy. You know what I mean? It takes the
Yeah.
joy. Like, Christmas is the vitamin joy holiday. So you might need that, coming right up in the summertime. But it also, like, a little trip, a little hotel, a little something, a little trip, get away, try to check out of your everyday routine and go have some fun like that. I think it'll do you loads of good.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, interestingly, ha ha ha. All Right. So we do those goblin markets 4 times a year, like May, June, then August, September. We skip July. You should try to coincide a trip to one of our goblin markets. It's like try to go to Santa's Village and then like try to end up at one of our goblin markets because like it's a big witchy farmers market. It's so cool. So
Okay.
all my love to you. Take care of yourself. I will see you down the road sometime. But good job on taking care of your dad's daughter, your mom's daughter, all that stuff. Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right. Here we go. Okay. So the next one that I have is a woman who, okay, I can't say that she's Italian. I don't know if she's Italian, but there's pasta involved. And what she's showing me is this. Wow. So she's fiery. She comes into me fiery. And she shows me like what is either a lasagna or a ziti bake, but somebody who like she used to make it and somebody might have the recipe. But now she's like, nobody's making it. She's Nobody's making it. She's kind of upset about that. She wants people to make it. And I'm seeing like the cut Italian sausage, the chunks of sausage that would go in like a ziti bake or a lasagna. Anybody here have like mom, fiery mom, doesn't necessarily need to be Italian, but there would have been like a casserole, like an Italian casserole, lasagna, something that she made, loved to feed people. Um, and she is really like talking wow, so she is really down to earth and plain speaking. Because okay, hold on. Anybody here got that for me before I go any further? I want to get connected to you. Somebody like mama, grandma would have had a casserole bake, lasagna. You have the recipe or you know how to make it, and she's mad that people aren't making it. Italian sausage, lasagna, anything like that. um don't get caught up on it being mom. Could be a mother-in-law. Could be somebody that was, hi, Sally. Hi, Sally.
Hi, I don't think it's me, but you never know. This would be my mother-in-law, whom I've never spoken with since she's crossed. But and she's actually Norwegian, but she married into an Italian family, and every Easter they make a very special Italian dish. And now, first of all, my husband was the first of her 5 boys to also cross. So she's been gone a year and a half. He's been gone a little over a year. And I can't make myself make that dish. But the other thing is that the the boys in the family would all make it and then take photos of it and text everybody that, hey, look at my, like they make it in a like a pizza, not a pizza, a cookie sheet. And they might make 6 or 7 of them. So they would take pictures of this counter full of this Easter pie. So yeah. So I wonder, does that sound, but anyway, but the
Okay,
deal is
so
that this year, almost nobody made it. And I didn't, I figured I had an excuse since I lost my husband, but I was waiting for the rest of the family to send their text saying, here's our Easter pie, and nobody did. But she's also not normally fiery.
okay,
Um,
hold on 1 second. Okay, can I just ask, was there cut up chunks of Italian sausage?
oh yeah, Brigitte.
Okay, so when I say she's fiery, okay, like she's upset that people aren't making it. Okay, so
Yeah,
this is a like an Italian dish that used to be made that people aren't making it anymore, right?
yeah. Well, yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I would
And
be surprised
maybe
to hear.
you didn't get to meet that side of her, but like here's like I'm gonna speak to you in my language. Okay,
Go
I'm gonna
for it.
speak to you in my language, okay? Because I gotta pass through what I'm getting. And again, it might not be for you, but it sounds pretty similar. Okay.
Mm.
And this is like it sounds like my grandmother. Like, get off your ass. Do it. Like, get off your ass. Do it. Okay. there's some plain speaking there. Do you know what I mean? Some plain speaking.
Well, see, that would
Okay,
surprise me
plain
as
speaking.
well. But now I don't know if synchronicity plays into this. I met you when you came to Kittery, Maine, 2 or 3 weeks ago, and you read someone, the woman sitting next to me, and she, like my husband's family, came from Naples, and Italians from Naples have a specific accent. And you were talking to her about Italian food, and she was talking about rigot and mozzarella and like prosciutto, which, looks like it says prosciutto, but they all say prosciutto. And she was sitting next to me, and I'm like, wow, you never hear that language. And there I was sitting in one of your shows hearing. So I don't know if that little bit of synchronicity means anything to anybody, but it was kind of cool. But yeah,
Yeah, that is cool. That is cool. I love that. I don't see anybody else claiming this, Sally. So I'm gonna assume that this is for you.
wow.
Okay.
Wow.
So, well, I don't see anybody else claiming this, and I'm
No, I
just
hear
seeing
you.
like the ziti bake or the lasagna with the cut
Yep.
sausage and like all of
Yep.
that, and like used to be made, not made anymore.
Well, this is, and
Imagine
by
what.
the way, there's no noodles. It's bread based, but it's, again, it's Italian sausage and ricotta and lots of cheese. And so, and again, she would be upset that nobody's making it. Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. Then it's coming through a little fiery because to
wow.
make it is to give peace. To make it is to have peace, and the people aren't making it. So imagine
Mhm.
see, okay, so here you are, assuming that she wouldn't be fiery. What are the lengths that a mother would go to for the peace of her children? What are the lengths that a mother would go to for the peace of her loved ones? Do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
and
Oh, yeah.
this is an example of a little bit of tough love, Sally. Okay, like tough love. You know what I mean? And like, I just got to give it to you as I'm receiving it. I got
Yep.
to honor it.
Yep.
This
Yep.
is like, the other thing too. Can I ask? And like, I don't want to air this out in front of anybody. Before you connected to me, she was kind of saying like, have you let your house go?
Oh my God. I don't know if you can see that
Okay, yeah, because
because
she was
yeah.
like, you need to clean up your house. You know what I mean? Like, you need to clean up your
She's
house. She's like
absolutely
saying this
right.
stuff to me.
I mean, the irony is it's her son's stuff that I cleaned out of his office, and I can't, you know, it's part of the grief process. But she's right. Wow.
Yeah. So this is you. I'm going to bring you up on Spotlight. You and I are going to share this time
Huh.
together here. Okay. So Sally, I just want to let you know that losing, and remember how I asked for moms to come through, moms,
Yep.
stepmoms, grandmothers, mother-in-laws, all of that. Okay, you must have known her, right?
Oh yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. You must have known her. I think you said that you didn't have a chance to speak to her since she's passed. Okay, so here she
Right.
is telling you to
Right.
make the thing, okay? Telling you to like, get up off your ass, pick yourself up, clean the house,
Wow.
take care of yourself. I think it's time, so here's that gentle, maybe not so gentle nudge to like, hey, you need to take care of the person that they love here, okay? That they take care of the person that they love. Um, okay, hold on one second. When I was talking to Nicole about doing her best to hold the family together, why would this woman praise you for the same? You must have brought the family together, held the family together, done things to bring people together. Yes?
Well, I'm trying. I'm trying.
Okay.
Even something as simple as I texted everybody and said, "Where are your Easter pie pictures? Come on, everybody." Yeah, I guess. Yeah, I guess you could say that.
Okay, that's great. So that's you're acting as her proxy here. What
Oh,
about how do I say this? What about she's showing me 4th of July and like fruit pizza. Maybe try to coordinate like a 4th of July get together. This is
huh.
something my husband's family does. Like they
Yeah.
make fruit pizza for 4th of July, okay?
Huh. Yep.
So maybe what you can do is kind of think about a 4th of July pizza or 4th of July pie or whatever it's called. Do something around, I mean, it wouldn't be Memorial Day. I'm not sure that you
No,
guys are going to get together on Memorial Day. Might
we
be. I'm not
we
sure.
aren't.
But then
We're not
the
getting
next
together.
one,
That's yeah.
the next one would be 4th of July. Maybe you can
Huh.
consider doing something around 4th of July or midsummer, what have you, a little family
Huh.
reunion. Okay. Also, hold on. You have her. You have ceramic figurines of hers.
I do. Oh
Yeah,
gosh, I
she's like,
do.
yeah, she's saying thank you for taking care of them, like ceramic
Oh,
figurines. They look like little angels. I don't know what they
yep.
are, but they're
Yep.
like Thank you for taking care of him.
Oh my
She's very
goodness.
impressed by you and happy to have you as a daughter-in-law. I'm not sure she had
Oh,
this. I'm not sure she had the ability to tell you this, but she was very impressed by you, and grateful to have you as a daughter-in-law. Here's the other thing too, because again, you must be a mom, yeah?
yeah.
You are. Okay. So this is a Mother's Day for you. Because here's what's happening. So she comes in first. Did your husband always get you roses?
Yeah. Roses or some, yeah, flowers, certainly.
Flowers.
Actually, yes,
So
you're
like
right. He did give me roses often.
it's funny because I get like she's trying to bring him forth. Okay?
Yeah.
She's trying to bring him forth. Now, here's like as a gift to you, this is a Mother's Day episode, but to hear from your husband's important as well. And she's doing that. Here's the thing that what I'm getting is uh you've got to know he's while he might miss the physical world, he doesn't miss his physical body. Okay, he
Right.
doesn't miss his physical body. He's happy to be out of that physical body. And
Sure.
what I'm seeing is like I don't know if he had a hunched back or upper back pains.
Right before he died.
Yeah,
But
there's something about like the upper back. I'm kind of
yeah,
seeing like I don't know if he was hunched over. I'm not sure what it was, but like he's just happy to not have the shoulder pains or the neck
he,
pains or the spine. I don't know what it is, but it's up
he had
here. He's
we don't he had a very sudden onset cancer, and we never found out what kind it was, but it manifested in spinal breaks and fractures in his spine, and then all of his ribs were broken. So yeah, yeah,
yeah, we break our ribs, we like get hunched over and stuff like that. He's very
yes,
happy to not be in his body. You know what
yeah,
I mean? He's very happy to not be in his body. Wishes that you would take care of yourself better. Obviously, wishes that you would take care of yourself better. Here's something that I'm going
yeah.
to have you do. Okay, I'm tasting carrots. He's giving me the taste of carrots, which is always the beta carotene, the vitamin A, which is take care of your eyes. He wants you to take care of your eyes.
Oh,
Okay,
yeah,
no
yeah,
macular degeneration, glaucoma, cataracts, nothing like that. Get your vitamins up. Okay, take
yeah.
care of your teeth. You got a hurt tooth or something?
No, no.
You need to go to the dentist or a jaw ache. I don't know what this is, but like take care of all of this.
Huh,
Your teeth pain, eye
huh.
eye stuff, take care of it.
Okay.
You might have something coming down the road. Just
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
don't no, 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 no. Just get to the dentist for him. Make sure that you don't stop going to the dentist for him. Take care of that, okay?
Yeah.
All right. Eh, What I'm seeing now is a picture of him and you. Was it a boat in the life with boat seeing like an ocean, like you kind of hugging next to one another, like a picture of you and him holding one another, hugging one another on a boat or in the ocean. Is that?
It's funny. There's a picture like that. You wouldn't know it was a boat. It's such a close up. You wouldn't know it's on a boat. I wouldn't think, but yeah, yeah,
Yeah, he's just I think you have that up in your house.
I do.
Okay. Now the
I
other
do.
thing too is oh boy. I know that you might feel you're going a little loony or crazy by talking to him all the time, but you're not.
No.
You're not. Keep that conversation going, keep that openness going, okay?
Mhm.
He's also grateful. Oh my gosh, this is a very polite man. This is a very grateful, very polite man. The reason why I'm saying this because he would have known my intention to come here
Mhm.
and could bring like mothers through as much as I can. And this is what's happened. He is grateful that the other mothers in this whole group have backed away to let him come forth. So
Oh,
this is like he's very grateful for that because it's all like it's a carousel, it's all like they all clamor for the attention, go through that angel of mine, what have you. But this is a gift to you as a mom. This is your Mother's Day gift to hear from this mother-in-law and then to hear from this husband, which he this guy is funny. He goes, I'll always be with you, whether you like it or not. I'll always be with you. He's like there's a little bit of tomfoolery to this guy, a little bit of like fart energy. He had a little bit of
yeah.
fart energy. There's a little tomfoolery to this guy. This is great. Your love for him, his love for you is eternal and will never die. You will see him when you make that transition. Your responsibility now is to, take care of his stuff. Listen, the only thing that he cares about, there's a heart of charity here with him too. The only thing that he cares about with his stuff that was left gone is like the heirlooms. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Things that were sentimental value, like clothes, things like that. They can go to Goodwill. They can go to,
He did.
the thrift store, what have you. He only cares about he only cares about the sentimental stuff. And also, don't ever hold on to your property or your house feeling like it's an obligation to him. If you ever have to downsize, sell, do anything, to like just move into a mother-in-law's suite, do anything like that, do that. Hold on to don't hold on to these things out of a sense of obligation for him, especially if it causes you to suffer.
Hmm.
Okay, especially if it causes you to suffer. The other thing too, and now your mother-in-law is coming through and being like, no, you need to eat. I'm not sure you're eating well. She's actually saying you need to make that Easter pie today. Like whatever it is, you need to make the Easter pie today. Like this is a Sunday dinner for you. You need to make it. I don't care if it's you're the only person that's eating it, or wait. I believe that you have other people in your life, other women who've lost their husbands, or other people around you who have lost people. This is that Easter pie that should, like, hey guys, come on over. I'm making a thing. Okay, I'm making a
Well, that's a
thing.
good
You
idea.
know, yeah. I mean, you have a certain amount of time left here before you shuffle off and you're with them. You know what I mean? So she says it with love, but you need to get off your ass.
Oh,
Like,
wow.
well, I mean, like that's just real talk. It's
No,
real
I get
talk.
it.
It's
That's
time to
no, thank you. Yep.
time to take care of this man's wife. Time to take care of her. Daughter-in-law. All of that. Also, too, I'm getting drawn to your upper shoulders. I don't know if this is the trapezius muscles. I don't know why I would say it that way, but
Hmm.
any massage that you could go get, anything for your upper back, anything for your neck, anything
Yep.
that you can do to take care of yourself would be much appreciated.
Hmm.
Um, wait. Why is he saying that he wishes that he had taken care of the bottom step? Do you got a bottom step somewhere that like was loose or
Oh, yeah.
funky?
Oh, gosh. Yes. The bottom step on the cellar stairs is, I mean, I have to be careful every time I use it because it really isn't affixed. And that's my biggest fear, that I'll fall down there on the concrete floor and nobody will see me. And wow. No,
Well, he wishes that he had taken care of it. So if you could do him a favor and get that fixed,
I can
please.
do that.
Get a son-in-law, get a like a, I don't know who you have in your life, pay a
Yeah.
carpenter, a handyman to come over
Yeah.
and drive some screws or nails into it or something, or maybe even put in a hand railing, because that's the last thing that you want to do, mama, is fall down and break a hip in the cellar and nobody knows where you're at and you're down there by yourself. So please be mindful of that. And he wishes that he had taken care of that before he made his transition. Okay. The
Thank
other
you.
thing too is that, comparatively speaking, no, here's what they go through. They're always with us, they're always watching us. So he's with other people who
Yeah.
are also watching their loved ones grieve, and he wants to tell you that you're doing a better job than you think, because there are people out there who are grieving that are doing a far worse job than you. They're using one of the worst things that people can go through, Sally, is to use like the death of their loved one as an excuse for mistreatment of self. Oh my gosh. So like, oh my gosh, I lost that person, so now I'm just gonna drink. Oh, I lost that
Yeah.
person, or like Nicole's brother, I lost my mom, now I'm gonna do meth. Like that sort
Yeah.
of thing. That's the
Gosh.
worst thing that they can watch. So he
Yeah.
wants to praise you for doing better in this process than you would even realize. Okay, but you can do better. Like there's
Yes.
like a get pick it up, pick the stuff up, clean the house up. Make the pie, all of that. Um, okay, I think that you have this. Oh my gosh, I think that you might be by nature a little bit of a worrywart,
Oh, yeah.
okay? And a little bit of a worrywart, making a mountain out of a molehill. So when I say to you, Sally, like, make the Easter pie today, I think there's a part of your like inner workings that are like, but I have to get this, and then I have to do that, and I have to get
Yeah.
this, and they're like, just do it, just do it, don't set yourself up to fail, and don't make big
No,
obstacles where there aren't any. Take a run to the grocery store, thaw out the dough, do whatever you need to do, roll it out, do whatever, you'll have it done faster than you realize. And you also need some social time too,
Yeah.
so anybody out there, anybody in your circle, the moms, anybody out there that would need this, uh like to get together today of all days, get together with your people. And that's a message for anybody else that's hearing this right now. Get together with your people. Like, we only have each other. The other thing too is this is interesting. I'm not sure if this woman had any daughters, but here's her deeper message. Like, not only is she proud to have you as a daughter-in-law, you felt like a daughter to her.
Oh,
You felt like a daughter to her. She's very, very, very happy to have you, and she wants me to pass that message on to you. So understand that they're cheering for you. There is a little bit of that tough love, but they're cheering for you, and so happy that you were in their lives. Their lives were better because you were there with them.
wow.
Also,
Thank you.
here's some more stuff. I think it's time for you. This is what she's telling me, and they're kind of both chiming in on this. It's time for you to get a little colorful. Okay, it's time for you to get a little colorful, little wacky old lady. Okay, this is what she's talking about. You need new glass frames. Like, I'm seeing multicolored, like, cat lenses. Like, they're talking about your glass frames being a little, like, colorful and wacky. Do you know?
Okay.
Have you been thinking about that?
Well, it's funny. My last ones were red, so I mean, whatever. But yeah, sure.
A
Why
little
not?
bit of color, a little bit of pizzazz, a little bit of personality. Like,
Yeah.
you're showing people how to get through this part of their life. Like, the people who are watching you, kids, grandkids, friends, you're setting an example for how they're going to do the same, because one day they'll lose their spouses, one day they'll lose their people, and we set an example by how we walk through this process.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, you're making them super proud.
Oh,
Make the pie, clean up the house. That's it.
all right.
Make
Thanks so
the
much.
pie. Also, hold on. He appreciates you sleeping on his side, on the other side of the bed. You must still sleep on one side of the bed.
I sleep on my side, but
Yeah,
I
that's what
move.
I mean.
Oh,
Like, you still sleep. There's still room for him on the bed.
oh, yes, yes, there is.
Yes, yes, yes. There's still
Yes.
room for him on the bed. You sleep on your side. You're not taking up the middle. There's still room for him. That's his way of saying that he's with you. Okay.
Oh,
Uh, Also, hold on. I can't see them behind you in the windows, but I want to ask you,
oh.
do you have any of those glass balls that hang?
Um, no.
Well, I don't know what I'm seeing. It looks like glass, those rounded kind of blown glass balls
Yeah,
that will
yeah.
hang,
Yep.
or bird feeders or something, but there's
I
something
have bird
about put them
feeders.
out.
Yeah, no,
You
I'm
have, okay.
sitting right here. I can see bird feeders. And for the first time
Would
in
you
my
ever
life, a
have,
Baltimore Oriole came while you were
do you
talking.
ha do you ever have potted plants, hanging plants, anything like that?
Yep.
Okay. Would you ever have those, like, glass globes that are filled with water, and you stick them in and they slow
Oh,
water the
I know what
plant?
you mean. Yeah.
Yeah, you might need those, because I'm seeing, like, the glass globe,
Huh.
and he wants you to put it out,
Huh.
like, to use it. So if it's not the ones that are hanging, like, in a window or outside, maybe make your watering schedule a little bit better um, by getting something that will do the job for you.
Huh. Interesting.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Oddly,
yeah, yeah.
oddly specific. But hey,
Well, that's all I can see is, like, the glass globes, the blown balls of
yeah,
glass.
yeah.
He's like telling you, he's like urging me to have you put them out. And if you don't have them to be put out, do you not have your hanging baskets yet? Do you not have your plants yet?
I have I have a couple hanging. One of them was his. And
Ah, okay, okay.
yeah,
I don't know what this is. Maybe we're gonna have a hot summer. Maybe, just I don't know how the watering schedule goes. I'm not sure
mhm,
what that is, but
hmm.
maybe it's a little bit of decorations, because that feels like almost like Christmas decorations in the summertime. You know what I'm talking about? The glass
I
globes.
think I'm picturing the sun catching it,
Yeah,
something
yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, they're beautiful. They're just
yeah,
blown balls of glass, and they kind
yeah.
of, like, have drips down them and stuff like that. But there's
I know
something
what you
about
mean. Yep.
that might come to you later, like a decoration of some sort that you normally put out that you haven't put out.
Huh.
But he wants you to have the most magical wonderland possible, but make it so it is a burden on you. That's really important.
Huh.
Okay. Don't make it that it's a burden on you. You should know that he's with his people. He's with his loved ones. He's with his mother. They're all watching you. It's a matter of time before you make the transition and go over there. So just remember that analogy of that one-way mirror, and you're their movie. What kind of movie are you giving them? A sad melodrama like Eeyore, or could we be Winnie the Pooh, maybe? You know what I mean? Like so let's try to be Winnie the Pooh more than Eeyore, I think, especially in times like this.
Can I be
So
Tigger?
the
Yeah.
only reason that they would encourage you to go that way is because they know you have it in you. They know you have the strength, they know you have the resilience, they know you have the heart, they know you have the mind, they know you have everything in you. You just needed a nudge in that direction. Okay?
That's awesome.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
So you're very welcome. I am going to bring forth the next person
Yep.
here, okay? Because I got another person here, one more person here. I thought I was going to be over here. Here we go. Hold on. Let's
All right,
do
thank you.
this. Okay. All right. Okay. I need your help with this because it looks like a koala. It looks like a koala, like a stuffed koala. And I don't want to get too caught up on it because it feels like a koala, but it might not be. It looks like a stuffed bear. Like I see the arms, the legs, like it looks like a stuffed animal, but looks maybe like a koala. Anybody here have a koala? So I know that Robin's giving me a teddy bear. It might be it. I don't know. It kind of looks like a koala here. Hold on, I'm gonna get more from her. I'm gonna get more from her. Um, you know how koalas eat eucalyptus? Like koalas will eat eucalyptus. Um, and eucalyptus has a smell. So does anybody have eucalyptus in their house, like eucalyptus leaves and a plant? Anybody got an Australia connection? Because that could be their way of talking about Australia. There's a funny thing with like a stuffed animal, eucalyptus. I'm seeing like the koala eat, like to strip the leaves, eat the eucalyptus. I don't know if there's eucalyptus lotion. I don't know what this is, but I'm getting like um I don't know. Tracy and Ronnie, hold on.
Hi. I had
Hi.
a relative who passed, and in her final days, the only candle she wanted was a eucalyptus candle, and it burned constantly in the house.
Okay, so koala means eucalyptus. Eucalyptus has a smell. I'm seeing the eucalyptus leaves. Okay, hold on. Okay, I think this might be for you. Hold on one second. All right. Before I bring you up, I just need to confirm something with the both of you. Both of you are trouble, aren't you? Both of you are
Always.
trouble. Oh shit. Okay, you are both trouble. All right, here we go. All right. Ronnie, you're the one that doesn't have the glasses, right?
Yeah.
Okay, Ronnie, here's the thing for you. I gotta ask you. Are you a kid of the 90s?
Yeah, I was born in 87, so I was a 90s baby, basically.
Yeah, you got a little rebel vibe I'm feeling from you. Okay, and that's
Hmm.
a funny thing because you and I would hang out. You and I would hang out. I'm a kid of the 90s. You and I would hang out. This is the funny thing. You got a little punk ass energy about you. I like that.
That's
You
pretty
do.
accurate.
Okay. Yeah. Hold on. Okay, hold on. So, eucalyptus candle, eucalyptus. Hold on. Here we go. We're gonna get connected here. So, Ronnie, I'm directed to you, not you, Tracy. I'm directed to you, Ronnie, when I'm talking to you about this. Okay, this person that you have with you is very happy that you do your damnedest to combat the mental illness.
Yeah.
You have some dark days. You know what I mean? You have some depressive tendencies, some dark days. You do. Very happy that you're doing your damnedest to fight through that. Very impressed with you, more than you'd ever know. Um, there's all sorts of like regret and apologies coming through here too with this person. Um, Sorry about not telling you I'm getting a little cruel, harsh vibes. Sorry, I'm about not telling you how much you meant to me. Okay. How you would not give up on this person. Like they might have lashed out or been cruel, but you kept like fighting the fight and being there for the person, no matter how cruel or upset they became. You kept taking care of them. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So this is for you. This is for you, you punk ass. Here we go. You're coming up in the spotlight. Punk ass. Here we go. All right. She likes to see you smile. Okay, this is a funny thing. Like to see you smile. We're gonna have a little fun here. We're gonna have a little fun here, okay? Because you need some fun. Also, oh my gosh, I don't want to say that. Um,
It's okay. Whatever it is. It's
but here's an interesting part. Oh my gosh. Okay. So this is gonna make Tracy laugh like crazy. Okay. So just you gotta oh my gosh, you gotta know that if I don't say the thing, that I don't get anything else after it. So I gotta let it out before she gives me another message. Okay. So Ronnie, we're all adults here. Do you know what I mean? We're all adults
oh,
here.
jeez.
Okay.
Yeah.
You got a little freaky deaky side?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Okay. This person says you need a little slap and tickle. Like,
Yeah.
like, oh my God. Okay.
That's funny
I
because she would have never said that in life, but I could see her saying that. And yeah.
if this is medicine for you right now, do you know what I mean? Like, if that's a particular type of medicine, like, wow. Okay, so you just go like, whoa. Okay, like, whoa. All right. So whatever it takes to bring you to balance, please pursue it. Okay.
That's funny.
Tracy, can I ask you, were you ever angry at this person?
Oh boy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
hold on.
Yeah.
Tracy, she's grateful for your anger. I don't know what
Really?
that means.
I
She's
do.
grateful for your anger. She's grateful for your anger. Better for you to express it and get it out than to keep it in and to let it eat you up from the inside. Okay, better for you to have expressed it. Interesting. You expressing your anger in that way would have shown that you had a backbone, and that's what she's happy about. Okay,
Wow.
like you're not soft. You're not a lay down.
Respect
You're
that.
not a doormat. You're very, very happy that you would have been, somebody that would have
Wow.
said what you
It's
needed to
Michelle.
say.
Yeah, it's Michelle. Yeah. Yep.
Okay. Gotta say
Yeah.
what you needed to say.
I
All
needed
right.
to hear that. Yeah.
Yes. Said what you needed to say. Um,
Wow.
you never hurt her. She only ever hurt herself.
Mm,
You never hurt her. She only ever hurt herself. So any of the anger that you would ever brought to her wasn't hurting. It was just truth telling. Do you know what I mean? Like it was just, you were just truth
yeah.
telling.
Yeah.
So these are the things that people needed to hear. Okay.
Yeah.
Make sure that you're not afraid to do that in the future for your loved ones in the future. Okay. You got to make sure that you say the things that need to be said in the future. All right.
Maybe not.
Also too, Tracy, you need to go for walks. She's showing me like you power walking, like going for a walk, going like a circle. Like, there's something about you needing to like move your body and get some of your frustration out. I don't know. Did you ever power walk before?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like, you need to like get the blood pressure going. You need to get the endorphins, the serotonin, dopamine going. Okay.
Yeah.
Why is she so sorry she hurt you? She both of you. Like, she's just so sorry she hurt the both of you.
It was a lot. I mean, she was my stepmother, so she was the ex-wife, and there was a big custody battle for a really long time. So there was a lot there. There
Okay.
was a lot.
So this is a mother figure of sorts. You know what I mean? Coming through with apologies and regret and shame and all of that. Okay. But you had love for her, Ronnie, didn't you? You had love for
Oh yeah, I
her.
loved her. I loved her. Yeah.
Yeah, you had love for her. What about the tattoo? Why is she talking about a tattoo? Did you get one or you want to get one? Did you get one or
She
did you want to get one?
she wanted to get. She never had tattoos, and when she was diagnosed with aggressive cancer, and we kept talking about it. We kept talking about her wanting a tattoo, and I said, "You get it, I'll pay for it," because it wasn't like her. I was like, "You want a tattoo? I'll take it," and she just never got well enough to do it, but she wanted one, and I told her I'd pay for it.
I ask, I know that I'd already brought this cartoon character up already, so I don't know if they're trying to reference that reference again. You know how I said, I think it was to Sally, it's better to be Winnie the Pooh than Eeyore. Why would I be shown Winnie the Pooh again? Did you have love for Winnie the Pooh? Was there a Winnie the Pooh connection?
No, but the concept of she always used to say to me, "Stop being so serious. You gotta stop being so serious. You gotta find a way to. You're the most serious." She always would say, "You're so serious. You gotta find a way to have some fun. You gotta."
Okay. Do me this favor,
Mhm.
okay? Consider getting yourself a little Winnie the Pooh tattoo. And it's
Okay.
funny because like she's showing me the honey pot, like honey, like calling you honey. I don't know if she calls you honey or whatever, but like
Mhm.
the little honey pot, little Winnie the Pooh. If you're so serious, you might be a little bit too Eeyore. You know,
Yeah.
you got to be a little bit more Winnie the Pooh. I think that's something, like I said it to Nicole, I said it, said it to Sally. We need to have a little bit more lightheartedness in this life, no matter what comes our way. Okay. I want you to know that she's very impressed with what you've made of yourself.
Nice.
Whatever
That's
you've done
awesome.
with your life, whatever you've done with yourself, she's very impressed with. It's funny how I started this by like, when I said to Nicole, like, she won't take any shit, like, I'm not taking
Mhm.
any shit. Okay,
Yep.
that's you. Okay, there's some
Yes.
fire in you. That's
Yeah.
some spunk. Okay. I love that. That's so good for you to experience. And good for the world to have in you as well. Also, why are you a person that just doesn't like to wear shoes, or do you need to wear flip-flops all the time?
I am barefoot almost all the time. Like if I don't have to wear shoes, I'm not wearing them. I'm barefoot right now because I don't like to wear socks if I don't have to either.
Yeah, she's just showing me in like you in flip-flops and like bare feet, or like maybe just get yourself some good flip-flops or something, like,
Yeah.
multicolored flip-flops, colorful flip-flops, something like that. Uh
This is awesome.
she's sorry she didn't hug you more. She wishes that she had hugged you more, given you more hugs, more physical attention, more physical hugs.
Yep.
So that's one of those things that you can do for yourself now, hug yourself. Or what is wrong with this woman? What is wrong with this woman? Oh my gosh. So she's like, well, or get somebody to give you that slap and tickle. I don't know. Like, oh my God. Oh my God. Okay. Do you see what she's doing here? All she wants is your joy. She wants your laughter. She's trying to turn you into Winnie the Pooh. She's trying to turn you into Winnie the Pooh. And when you can navigate to that place, I can't believe they'd make me say that. I can't believe they'd make me say that. It's just the funniest thing in the world to me. So when you navigate to peace, no matter what it is that brings it to you, um, that's what they want for us. Okay. And like you just smile. She says, I love your smile. I just want to see your smile. I love your smile. I just want to see your smile. I love your smile. Okay. Maybe get yourself one of those eucalyptus candles and
Okay.
give it
I've been avoiding the scent because it reminds me of her final days. I've been avoiding that scent. We were just at the candle store and I said I can't do eucalyptus because it reminds me of.
Yesterday.
Yeah.
Yeah, yesterday.
Yep.
hilarious with the koala bear and the eucalyptus, like how they do that. I love that because I don't. I just love how they work. So, oh my gosh. Okay. So you had better celebrate your birthday, girl. Like you had better celebrate your birthday. She needs you to celebrate your birthday. And she's showing me like a Six Flags or an amusement park or something like that. I don't know
Okay.
what it is, but you need to celebrate. You need to know that she loved you very much, and you need to celebrate the person that she loved. Because if you keep yourself in this place of like Eeyore, if you're like Eeyore all the time, she's watching you be like Eeyore all the time. So like you need to go out and get the vitamin joy. Rock concert, go out, see some music. You know what I mean?
She lives in
Go and
Vegas.
Yeah.
he lives in Vegas.
Yeah.
Well, that should be right next door.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That stuff should be right next door. You should be able to go and get it as much as possible. Okay, so um, she loves you very much, and she needs you to, take the message of not being so serious a little bit more serious.
Okay.
Like,
Okay.
all right. Thank you,
Thank
Tracy,
you.
for being angry at her. Thank you for doing whatever you could for her, with her, to her, message, and whatever you did to fight and bring balance to the life and all of that. Know that she's, um, oh, because you're special to Ronnie and Ronnie is special to her. You got to know that this woman is going to be in your life as a spirit as well.
Wow.
No matter what would have happened, no matter what would have happened in life, she's going to be watching over you, caring for you, and we got to listen to them. So
That's good.
you just gotta know that, okay?
Yeah.
Um,
I'm not angry anymore at her.
yeah, no. I get it. I get it. I get it. Like, thank you
Yeah.
for being angry, you know, in the
Yeah.
past, all of that. Okay. Hold on. There's a really weird thing coming through. Okay, so like this is a very, very funny thing. So I was born in 1979, kid of the 80s, kid of the 90s, you know what I mean? And when I was a little kid, I loved this one movie. There was this one movie that I loved. I haven't seen it in forever. It's kind of problematic. There's a lot of different issues with this movie.
Okay.
Um, she's showing me. Have you ever heard of Richard Pryor's movie, The Toy?
I know Richard Pryor, but no, we should watch it.
It's hilarious. I mean, there's all sorts of problems with it because it's got Jackie Gleason in it. It's like it's a comedy from way back in the day. But I'm being pulled back to, for you specifically, Tracy, I'm being pulled back to like that era, Smokey and the Bandit, you know what I mean? Like late 70s, early
Hmm.
80s, those sorts of things. Sally Field, Burt Reynolds, those type of movies. Both of those movies had Jackie Gleason in it. Tell me something. Do you have a connection to Jackie Gleason in any way?
No, just that I love the show. I used to love the. I used to watch the show all the time when I was little.
He was in The Honeymooners, right?
Yeah,
Was that the show that you liked?
yeah, that's the show I used to watch because I used to love his wife because
Okay.
she just was so sarcastic with him. So I loved that.
Maybe that's just something that you need to watch. You know what I mean? Give yourself a little
Mm,
bit of joy. When the world
yeah.
becomes too hard, go for your walk, watch your movies, get your joy in wherever you can. Super important. Also, Ronnie, last thing that I have for you is just make yourself a grilled cheese. You know what I mean? Grilled cheese. Are you like a grilled cheese person?
Hmm. That's a comfort
Okay.
food. It's a comfort
Okay.
food for me. That's when I can't eat it or don't want anything else. That's the go-to.
So a comfort food. Okay. So, give yourself some comfort. You know what I mean? Because you did everything you could for her. Everything you could for her. And you got to know that where she's at now, she just wants you to do everything you can for you. Okay.
Wow.
Thank you.
So
Thank you.
I love it. You're very welcome. I have to go get ready for my next sessions. Thank you, everybody,
Thank
for
you.
being here. I am being prompted by my spirits to let you know that this episode was sponsored by me. Okay, completely free, all of that. I do have a place, if anybody feels so called to help me keep the lights on, there is a place on this website where you would have gotten your Zoom link. Right below it, there's a place to make a little donation, buy me a cup of coffee, do something like that. So if you got something out of today, you appreciate the messages, I appreciate my cup of
Thank
coffee.
you.
So I appreciate you guys. Thank you for being
Wow.
here. This will be posted within the next day or so you can revisit it, listen to it, watch it, all of that. Please go watch the other ones if you haven't, because there's all sorts of wisdom and love that comes through with those as well. And I'll be doing this again in about 10 days. So keep your ear to the ground, and much love to everybody. And happy Mother's Day to everybody that's here.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Much love to you. Bye.